The next order of business is the election of the chief clerk. I recognize Representative Dennis Osmond from District 37B, who will make a nomination.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Alvin A. Mathiowetz has been an employee of the Minnesota House of Representatives for the past 33 years. He was hired as administrative assistant in the chief clerk's office in 1971. Served as the journal clerk from 1973 to 1980. Elected second assistant chief clerk in 1981 and 1983, and elected first assistant chief clerk in 1985 to the present. Al was born and raised on a farm near Morgan, Minnesota, graduate of St. Cloud University. Al and his wife Carol live in Mounds View. They have 3 adult children. Al learned from the best, our retiring chief clerk, Ed Burdick. Matter of fact, if you listen, you'll even think his voice sounds like Ed Burdick. I know of no finer person to serve in the Minnesota House of Representatives as our chief clerk. Therefore, it is my privilege and honor to nominate Alvin A. Mathiowetz to his first term as the chief clerk of the Minnesota House of Representatives.
I now recognize the representative from District 51B, Representative Bernardi, to second the nomination.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. It is my honor to put into second the nomination of my constituent, Alvin A. Mathiowetz. We all know him as being a person who sticks it out with us at the nights when we're here late and long hours, and he's always just a friendly guy to have around. And he's very competent, and he perseveres with us, and he helps us make the right decisions on the floor. And with that, I would like to put him into nomination for chief clerk. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If not, I declare nominations closed and request that the clerk pro tem call the roll of the election for chief clerk.
Abler. Abler, Mathiowetz. Abrams, Mathiowetz. Anderson B. Anderson B. Mathiowetz. Anderson I. Anderson I. Mathiowetz. Atkins. Atkins, Mathiowetz. Beard. Beard, Mathiowetz. Bernardi. Bernardi, Mathiowetz. Blaine. Blaine, Mathiowetz. Bradley. Bradley, Mathiowetz. Broad. Broad, Mathiowetz. Biskins. Biskins, Mathiowetz. Carlson. Carlson, Mathiowetz. Sharon. Sharon, Mathiowetz. Clark. Clark, Mathiowetz. Cornish. Cornish, Mathiowetz. Cox. Cox, Mathiowetz. Seibert. Seibert, Mathiowetz. Davids. Davids, Mathiowetz. Davney. Davney, Mathiowetz. Dean. Dean, Mathiowetz. DeLaForest. DeLaForest, Mathiowetz. Demmer. Demmer, Mathiowetz. Dempsey. Dempsey, Mathiowetz. Dill. Dill, Mathiowetz. Dietrich. Dietrich, Mathiowetz. Dorman. Dorman, Mathiowetz. Dorn. Dorn, Mathiowetz. Eastland. Eastland, Mathiowetz. Eakin. Eakin, Mathiowetz. Ellison. Ellison, Mathiowetz. Emmer. Emmer, Mathiowetz. Intenza. Intenza, Mathiowetz. Earhart. Earhart, Mathiowetz. Erickson. Erickson, Mathiowetz. Finstead. Finstead, Mathiowetz. Fritz. Fritz, Mathiowetz. Garofalo. Garofalo, Mathiowetz. Gazelka. Gazelka, Mathiowetz. Goodwin. Goodwin, Mathiowetz. Greiling. Greiling. Greiling, Mathiowetz. Gunther. Gunther, Mathiowetz. Hackbarth. Hackbarth, Mathiowetz. Hamilton. Hamilton, Mathiowetz. Hanson. Hanson, Mathiowetz. Hausman. Hausman, Mathiowetz. Heidgerken. Heidgerken, Mathiowetz. Hillstrom. Hillstrom, Mathiowetz. Hilty. Hilty, Mathiowetz. Hoberg. Hoberg. Hoberg, Mathiowetz. Hoppy. Hoppy, Mathiowetz. Hornstein. Hornstein, Mathiowetz. Hortman. Hortman, Mathiowetz. Hosch. Hosch, Mathiowetz. Howes. Howes, Mathiewicz, Huntley. Huntley, Mathiewicz, Yaros. Yaros, Mathiewicz, Johnson J. Johnson J. Mathiewicz, Johnson R. Johnson R. Mathiewicz, Johnson S. Johnson S. Mathiewicz, Junkie. Junkie Mathiewicz, Kahn. Kahn Mathiewicz, Kelleher. Kelleher Mathiewicz, Klingsing. Klingsing Mathiewicz, Knobloch. Knobloch Mathiewicz, Conan. Conan Mathiewicz, Coles. Coles Mathiewicz, Krinky. Krinky Mathiewicz. Lanning. Lanning Mathiewicz, Larson. Larson Mathiewicz. Latz. Latz Mathiewicz, Lencheski. Lencheski Mathiewicz, Lesh. Lesh Mathiewicz, Mathiewicz, Liebling. Liebling Mathiewicz. Leader. Leader Mathiewicz. Lilly. Lilly Mathiewicz. Loeffler. Loeffler Mathiewicz. Magnus. Magnus Mathiewicz. Mahoney. Mahoney Mathiewicz. Mariani. Mahoney Mathiewicz. Marquardt. Mahoney, or Marquardt Mathiewicz. McNamara. McNamara Mathiewicz. Meslow. Meslow Mathiewicz. Moe. Moe Mathiewicz. Mullery. Mullery Mathiewicz. Murphy. Murphy Mathiewicz. Nelson M. Nelson M. Mathiewicz. Nelson P. Nelson P. Mathiewicz. Newman. Newman Mathiewicz. Nornis. Nornis Mathiewicz. Olson. Olson Mathiewicz. Opatz. Opatz Mathiewicz. Otremba. Otremba Mathiewicz. Osmond. Osmond. Osmond Mathiewicz. Paulson. Paulson Mathiewicz. Paymar. Paymar Mathiewicz. Pulowski. Pulowski Mathiewicz. Pennis. Pennis Mathiewicz. Pepin. Pepin Mathiewicz. Peterson A. Peterson A. Mathiewicz. Peterson N. Peterson N. Mathiewicz. Peterson S. Peterson S. Mathiewicz. Poppy. Poppy Mathiewicz. Powell. Powell Mathiewicz. Rukavina. Rukavina votes Mathiewicz. Ruth. Ruth Mathiewicz. Rude. Rude Mathiewicz. Sailor. Sailor Mathiewicz. Samuelson. Samuelson Mathiewicz. Scalzi. Scalzi Mathiewicz. Seifert. Seifert Mathiewicz. Surdich. Surdich Mathiewicz. Severson. Severson Mathiewicz. Sieben. Sieben Mathiewicz. Simon. Simon Mathiewicz. Simpson. Simpson Mathiewicz. Slowak. Slowak Mathiewicz. Smith. Smith Mathiewicz. Soderstrom. Soderstrom Mathiewicz. Soberg. Soberg Mathiewicz. Sikora. Sikora Mathiewicz. Tau. Tau Mathiewicz. Thiessen. Thiessen Mathiewicz. Tingelstad. Tingelstad Mathiewicz. Erdahl. Erdahl Mathiewicz. Vandeveer. Vandeveer Mathiewicz. Wagenius. Wagenius Mathiewicz. Walker. Walker Mathiewicz. Wardlow. Wardlow Mathiewicz. Welty. Welty Mathiewicz. Westerberg. Westerberg Mathiewicz. Westrom. Westrom Mathiewicz. Wilken. Wilken Mathiewicz. Zellers. Zellers Mathiewicz. Speaker Swigum. Speaker Swigum Mathiewicz.
There being 134 votes for Al Mathiowetz, 0 against, we have elected Al Mathiowetz to be our Chief of Clerk. Al, would you come forward and take the oath of office? Take it from there or up here?
I go up there. No.
I'll administer the oath of office to the Chief Clerk. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, that you'll faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which you've been elected to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Good.